Let's talk about the pros and the cons of being a mechanic in 2024. We are going to start with the pros because the list of cons are numerous, and I'm not sure if I have enough time in this video to talk about all of them. So, some of the pros of being a mechanic are one, you get to work on your own car, you get to work on your friends and family's car. So, you get to help out, people along the way. If you look at the amount of cars on the road, there will never be a time where there won't be any work for you to do. So you can go anywhere and be able to find work. So I don't think the industry will ever get to a point where it dies out. So a lot of the jobs today, if you look at, you'll see they're being replaced by AI, automated machines, like some of those people that were going on strike at the port. I think you need a real person to be able to diagnose and fix your car and listen to a customer complaint, interact with customers. I'm sure if they had a way to be able to do that, to replace mechanics and have robots at the dealer fixing your cars, but I don't see that being realistic. I don't see that being a thing anytime in the future. So the job opportunity for a mechanic, are endless. Anywhere you go in the country, you'll find work. Anywhere you go outside of the country, you'll find work because cars are all around us and they will always be in demand unless something else futuristic comes out. And then that's still within the line of a mechanic. So you work with your hands, you figure out how mechanical components work, and you try to fix it. The pros are not bad with it, are not bad themselves. Let's talk about some more. You learning about cars teaches you a lot about other things. So because I know about how the AC system works in a car, it's not far off from how it works in a refrigerator or the AC system in my house. I can't tell you how many times I've diagnosed, the AC system in my house just from knowledge of how AC system components work in a car. So you learn one thing and then it teaches you about 10 other things in life. The electrical system, about fuses. So same thing. I'm able to look at a fuse panel in my house and I know what's going on. I know how the power and ground works, and I know what to do, what not to do, what to touch and what not to touch. So the opportunity to be educated on those things, I think is a plus. Let's talk about what some of the other pros are. You're in control of where you want to work. So if you don't want to work at an independent shop, maybe you can go to the dealer. If you don't want to work at a dealer, maybe you can work for yourself. So the opportunities are endless. Maybe be a mobile mechanic. As long as you have the experience and the knowledge and good customer service, good quality work, I believe the opportunities for you are endless. We're going to leave it at that. Now let's talk about the cons. The cons are the reason why most people choose to stay away, far away from this career path. Talk about the flat rate system. The flat rate system is a system that pays you based on the work you do. Most technicians in this field do not like the flat rate system. I don't know how much longer it's going to be around. I don't know if it will ever change. Now, there are certain situations where you can be on a salary pay plan, but that's only for a limited time. As soon as a new manager comes in, he might think of a different pay plan for you. It can easily flip flop. So the pay structure is not in the mechanic's best interest. Now, you can be an individual where you lucked out and you're in a perfect situation. Everything is good at the dealer you're at, but that's not the case for the majority of technicians. And the warranty time that's being paid out to the technicians for the job that they're doing is something that's not being talked about either. I don't think it will ever change. So warranty time is a contributing factor. The flat rate time is another contributing factor that's all meshed together. And it is a lot of technicians are not finding the reward in this automotive industry anymore. And not to mention, once you complete a trade school, you're just starting off. So let's just say you're a newbie that just graduated a trade school. You are going to have to invest so much money on tools just to get started. And once you do get started, because you have no certifications and no experience, you are not expected to make that much money. Why? Because, like I said, the experience you need are not there. So you invested X amount on tools, but you are starting out at what, $30,000 for the year? That's not an ideal situation for most. And another thing with the automotive industry is the work environment. I don't know if it's because of everything else in life that's contributing to it, but you oftentimes see mechanics are grumpy. The guys in the parts departments are grumpy. The service advisors are grumpy. Everybody's just grumpy. And I don't understand that part of it, but it seems like most shops have grumpy technicians, grumpy parts guys. They just love slamming their box. They just love slamming the doors on the way out. They want to let you know that they are grumpy. So the work environment, that's what you can expect. Now, you might find one or two guys who are cool, laid back, but 70 to 80% of the staff are going to be grumpy, either miserable. I don't know why, but that's just the way the industry is. And the toll it takes on your body, your knees, constantly bending down to set up cars on the lift, it takes a toll on your knees. Your back are always aching when you go home. You have shoulder pain, back pain, muscle spasm. It takes a toll on your body. So by the time you're of retirement age, how much more you have left in the tank to enjoy retirement. So you want to really, in this field, take it easy on your body. That's number one priority. So if you're in this field, make sure you do what you can to, preserve your body because this thing will stress you out, you know, and it will take a toll on your body, mentally, physically, all the above. So that's some of the contributing factors as to why guys don't want to come into this field. And oh, here's something else. The complexity of vehicles today. Cars are getting more and more complex. Now you have to be an engineer pretty much to be able to work on these cars. The old school techs, they're used to timing belts, changing an alternator. But cars today with backup cameras, panoramic views and bird's eye views of everything going around the car, cameras communicating with this ECM, this radar sensor in the front communicating with the windshield camera. There's another camera on the side of the car, blind spot monitor system, park assist system. So much technology in these vehicles today that the old school guys want nothing to do with it. So when you think about all those systems, how much are you willing to pay a mechanic to be skilled and knowledgeable in all those areas? So you're talking about he has to pretty much be an engineer, an electrician, because that's pretty much what you have to be to fix these cars today. Like cars today are so complex. Back in the days, it was simple as just power and ground. Now today, it's a little bit more. It's power and ground, this computer communicating with that computer. It's just a whole line of communication going on. It's not just simply as put your test light here and see if you have 12 volts. Put your test light here and see if you have a ground. That's not the way it works. Cars today, man, is just a series of networks of computers communicating at a high rate of speed, and you need to know how to diagnose CAN networks, LIN networks. Guys out of school do not know how to do that, and the old heads that are familiar with those terms, they're out. They don't want to diagnose those cars anymore, especially with the flat rate system. So when you factor in electrical, AC, mechanical, steering, suspension, brakes, working with your hands, you have to be a lot of things to be a skillful master mechanic. HVAC tech, you need to be an electrician, you need to be a plumber, you need to understand all these things. And for what? To make maybe $50,000 if you're an average median technician. That's how much they make. And only the top earners earn about 100K plus. That's only a small percentage. Unless you're striving to be that, most people don't find it beneficial to even pursue the trade to begin with. And like I said, starting out, you need to invest in your own tools. So hopefully the pay scale and the way the pay is structured for automotive technician changes in the future. Otherwise, the shortage will continue. And like I said, something's going to have to give. But overall, would I recommend becoming a mechanic in 2024? I still think the answer is yes. And I say that because with the knowledge that you get from going to school and learning the trade, you have so much flexibility and option as to what you want to do. Like I said, you don't have to be stuck in a situation. If it's not working out over here, you can easily transfer and relocate somewhere else. If you don't like the way this company is treating you, maybe start something for yourself. But the ability to be able to fix your own car, to be able to help out your friends and family, to be knowledgeable in something that's all around us, I think it's a no-brainer. Now, if you don't like getting your hands dirty, I understand it, and cars are just not your thing. But if you have a passion for cars and you don't mind getting your hands dirty and you are willing to be the best at it that you can be, then it's a no-brainer. I mean, go ahead and shoot for becoming a mechanic because the job and the career opportunities are never going to dissipate. If you look all around you, cars are everywhere. Until you see no cars on the road, that's when you know it's a bad time or some bad time to be a mechanic. As long as you see cars driving by you, you know it's still a good time to be a mechanic. Something's gonna have to give because the demand, the amount of cars out there, somebody's gotta have to fix them. So you might as well put yourself in a position to be really good at something. So when the time comes, you are able to be there and to be able to capitalize on the opportunity. As for me, I'm already too deep into it. The time it would take me to learn something else and be as efficient at it as I am as a mechanic, it would take me too long. I'm already in my 30s, and by the time that happens and I go to school to learn something else, I'll probably be in my late 40s, approaching 50. Now, it's never too late to learn a new trick or a new skill or a new trade, but if it's working for me, I might as well stick with it. And honestly, I am blessed to be in a position to work at the Toyota dealer that I work at. I'm sure another manager could come in and change things at a snap of a finger, but for right now, I'm going to ride the wave and see where it takes me. Like I said, the flexibility and the options are still there and available to me. So if things don't work out here, I go over there. That's all I got for you guys today. Hope you find this video informative. And if you did, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. As always, thanks for watching.